Click play and call it work.
Hello there, Wargamers. Luka from MiniWarGaming to show off some new work we got in through the Painting Partner Program. This work done by Warpfire Studios down in Kissimmee, Florida. Any information you need to get a hold of them will be in the description down below, one click away. Here we have 50 Free Guild Greatswords accompanied with a Free Guild General on Griffin. Fun fact, these were Kenny's old models. If you're familiar with who Kenny is, he is a regular guest who comes by, a close friend of mine, who had a large or sizable Empire force, and he just wasn't getting around to painting them. He sold them to the studio, and then the next day we shipped them to the corners of the world, and now they slowly come back to us beautifully painted. And again, this is by Warpfire Studios. At the end of this video, there are going to be some close-up shots so you can fully appreciate the work that was done for us. This is some masterful work. I specifically like the freehand MiniWarGaming symbol on all of the banners. Why don't we take a closer look at the greatswords here, where you can notice a lot of attention to detail. And again, there's going to be a lot of shorter, longer clips at the end of this video, so you can get a closer look for yourself without having to listen to my voice. Here we can take a closer look at the freehand MiniWarGaming die cubes as the banners. Again, big fan of this. Excellent job. These are not transfers. These are hand painted, everyone. So right away, they are available to do freehand symbols on anything you desire. Right away, I think custom Space Marine chapter, successor chapter that you're a fan of. You have an idea in your mind and you have a symbol in mind. All you have to do is draw it down on a piece of paper or describe it for them, and they can recreate it for you on all the shoulder pads of all your Space Marines if you so desire. That is where my mind immediately goes for a skill like that. Of course, that works for other examples such as cult symbols, dwarven holds, mercenary companies, in addition to Space Marine chapters, or even like the well-known Space Marine chapters. I think an army looks fully fleshed out when it has proper symbolism etched literally everywhere. There is no mistaking who this force belongs to. Another key detail I'd love to point out is if you look at every single one of these 50 greatswords, you'll notice that their arms are all painted in that old style, that old Empire, that old German style, at least I believe it was German, that nobody wants to do, where they're segmented and you have your green, your white, your green, your white, and that is not an easy task. That is very time consuming to do on this many models. Again, I talked about the pattern on their arms. Now, of course, the guys with the full plate don't have that, but most of them here do. Also, facial hair being different colors, actual hair being different colors, these are all little things that really help a horde-based army stand out. And these are regular human beings. They all have different styles of hair, different styles of beards, and different colors all around as well. Again, something like that really stands out in a standing army. So kudos to the artist. Now let's take a closer look at the captain atop his mighty Griffin. You can notice the main body of the Griffin has very clean airbrush work, giving that very colorful vibe on the wings, giving that very fantastical look as well. A lot of attention to detail on the rider himself. Again, the same pattern on the sleeves and the pants, as well as the symbol on the back. The different colored feathers are a nice touch. In addition, I do like the metals used on the weapon here, as well as the breastplate and helmet for the Griffin. One last thing I want to touch up on before the end of this video is the base work that we got with this commission work. It is outstanding. It is uniform with the captain and his Griffin. As you can see here, it is a matching set, and it kind of comes along with the package when you order it from these people. This is, again, Tabletop Plus. I can't remember if I mentioned that earlier or not. They do offer several different levels of painting commission work, and this here is Tabletop Plus. Base and comes with the package. As you can see, a lot of attention to detail also put into the base work. The rocks have a sheen to them to make it seem like maybe it's a stream, maybe it rained out, maybe they're just a little bit wet. But that is a greatly added effect. And we have a little bit of extra flock added to the tips of the flowers or the vegetation to show off some flowers or dandelions or weeds. Whatever it may be, it adds an extra level of color to the base work, which really helps make that model pop. And again, another appreciate another appreciated detail added to these models to make them look stunning on the battlefield. Now I'll sign off and leave you with some close-up shots of this beautiful job by Warpfire Studios. Again, all the information you need will be down in the description below. I'll see you next time, and as always, happy wargaming, everyone.